here is the accessibility to the IP office electronically, technologically. The website was not there. We would have to go inspect physical files and then obtain data. And today, I must say, and this is a proud thing that I say, I don't think most IP offices in the world are accessible as much as India's IP office is accessible. Almost all the data which you need is available online, and that speaks a lot for transparency in IP. Because if you're able to get all your documents online, all your notices online, all your replies online, there's very little that can be done that needs to be done in terms of speeding up processes. There were times when trademark applications would take 10 to 12 years to get registered. Today they take maybe 1 to 1.5 years maximum. So that's a very, very big growth we've done in IP. Secondly, I would like to say that the recruitment with Mr. Amitabh Kant said about has happened in a very major manner.
Yes.
And there is a lot to be built. And I'll be coming to Mr. Sanyal's report in a minute about that. Thirdly, IP office is one of the offices in our country which is a financially profitable office. So, the government doesn't need to spend on the IP office. The IP office earns more than it spends. And therefore, there's a very big potential for us to do the capacity building in the IP office from within, revenues generated from within. We don't need to depend on any outside government budgets and funding. So I think IP office needs to be made a clearly, functionally independent office which can have a kind of board of governors or a governance board which can independently take decisions, and please have outside representation on the board. That will make a big difference. The IP office is capable of self-sustenance, and it's self-sustaining as well. So that's one big thing I would like to say about the IP office. Lastly, I want to say that, when the intellectual property appellate board was scrapped last year, it was abolished. I must say, for all of us here in this room who are in the litigation system, it was a bolt out of the blue. We did not know that was happening. And it was a tough period. We were asked questions from the legal community, from lawyers, from litigants. We didn't know what the answers were. But fortunately, within the Delhi High Court, we were already considering setting up of, IP specialized courts. So we thought that this is a very good opportunity to build on that and convert the crisis into an opportunity. So Delhi High Court, as of last year, constituted a committee which was set up by Justice D.N. Patel, consisting of me as the chairman and Justice Naveen Chawla and Justice Sanjeev Narula as the members. We deliberated, we discussed, we looked at rules from about 40 jurisdictions of the world, including the US, Europe, Japan, Canada, and we drafted the IP division rules of the Delhi High Court. And I'm very happy to say that as of February this year, Delhi High Court is the first High Court in the country to have an exclusive IP division with three judges exclusively dealing with intellectual property matters. We have a large number of IP matters in our High Court. If I tell you that from the IPAB, along with the transferred matters and the fresh filings, we have about 5,000 to 6,000 cases of intellectual property in our court, dealt with exclusively by 3 judges. So it's like the tax bench or the arbitration bench, we have the IP bench of the Delhi High Court. And the good thing is that going forward, the parliamentary panel has recommended that IP divisions should be set up in all the high courts in the country. There's a report to this effect, and Gujarat has already kind of notified an IP division. Madras has set up a committee, Bombay and Calcutta are already looking at it. So I think, considering that the IPAB has been scrapped, the time has come to beef up the IP divisions as part of the commercial divisions of each of the high courts in the country to take care of the big onslaught of IP litigation, which I am expecting is going to happen in the next 10 to 20 years. So I think the IP division has functioned now from February, March. We are now in October. We have excellent reviews of the Delhi High Court's IP division. We are churning out judgments every day. The Intellectual Property Office has been appearing before us. And one thing I would like to say is the IP Office currently engages central government councils in the Delhi High Court, but the time has come to engage a special panel of lawyers to assist the High Courts in intellectual property matters, because it is a technical area. The usual lawyers are not able to, I'm not saying they can't, but I'm just saying it just takes so much more effort from their side to assist the High Court, and I think the government should consider setting up a separate IP panel to represent the IP office in all the High Courts in intellectual property matters. So these are my opening comments. I'm sorry I've come straight to the issues which we were facing. And Mr. Sanyal, I must compliment you on this wonderful report that you've taken out in August 2022. It's called Why India Needs to Urgently Invest in Its Patent Ecosystem. It is very, very timely and very, very useful, because you have actually charted the past path and you've now given solutions for the future. So that's where we're going to start this discussion. And we have Invest India and the CBM. I mean, no one better than this panel to tell us how you envision IPR in this country for the next decade or the 25 years that are going to go forward. So, Mr. Sanyal, you've given your report. Please tell us what you think about the IP ecosystem.
Ma'am, if you allow me, please.